Hey folks, Matt Rabbit here, back in medieval Minecraft. Okay, we're going to be doing some, a building, I'll show you in a minute. I want to do a little tour of just a few things I've been doing in the environment because this is sort of an updated a few things. And I'm starting to work a little bit on the cathedral landscaping. I've been putting in some water in different areas, and well, I'll show you that at some later point in time, but it goes off this way to the bay, which I haven't even shown you yet. And unfortunately, I have to change my texture pack back because I was experimenting with some blocks and I didn't really like the look of them. It just doesn't look, it looks really gaudy. So this one here, ironware, has to get changed back, and the sponge and the redstone, I had two different types of brick, and I think I'm going to change them to something else. So I don't know. This one I'm going to keep though, red diamond ore, because I want to have like one with a band around it, like a metal band for some things. Now, when we were building today, I'm not quite sure exactly what we're building, but what I've been doing is builds like this, based off a picture I've seen on the internet. Now, I had actually shot an episode where I made this on air, but I sort of feel that my tutorials lately have been a little lacking. I don't really like the way I've been doing them. They've been going a little too fast. It's hard for people to build them, and sometimes they're a little bit too big. So I was trying to condense it down to a 10-15 minute episode, and it's quite honestly, it was about an hour and a half worth of work here. So it's hard to do that, and have people kind of lose in the process, you know, really how it's being built, because I sped the footage up too much. So I ended up deleting the episode where I built that. But yeah, so right next to the one we did last episode, the house, I started this based off of a picture, and this is sort of the simplistic design by which I'm going to be building well, at least one building this time around. I don't know, maybe some more. It's just a simple formula, and I'm just going to go into it right now. You have a base. This goes one up, and you can put any kind of floor in there you want. Okay? I'm using stone brick. Then just going up by 4 with cobble, 2 high windows. And then on the second levels, as you're seeing over here, you're going with your frame, you're going to go 1 out. And you're going to do the same exact thing with a different material. Now I'm using the white wool, and you can just do all white wool, or you could just, I put some some planks in here. That's just typical regular wood planks, old yoke type, and it's the same thing. It's just 4 up, 2 high windows in the middle, and that's what I did. And on the bottom here, just basically just switched it over, and this is just sort of like a storefront with a living quarters above it. Roofs, do them any way you want, like your typical style, just going up by 1. Or you can just do a kind of high pitch, like how I sort of used to do the high pitch types with a log, or well, a plank, and then a stair. And obviously, there's multiple ways in which you can do dormers, or not even do them at all. This is just a simplistic way. And I had some of the simplistic ones over here also on this one, or you can go much more elaborate. That is sort of it. This is the same concept, except for I just sort of decided to make the building a little bit larger in the back and have this thing sort of hanging off by 1. And in the back here, hang off by 1 there, but then I actually have like sort of a little patio porch thing hanging off by a couple more. And so today I'm just going to build a simple building based on this design that you can hopefully follow along with me and build. Okay, so this is the concept here. Okay, you're just going to place 1 block all the way around. Put in your wood floor so it's raised up. I'm putting cobble around it on these. You can do whatever you want. You actually could put slab of the stone brick, to just go one out with your log. Do whatever your filling is going to be. I did cobble on this one. Like I said, you could do a mixture, like I had on that one there. See how I had some wool, some cobble, and then your upper section. It's basically just going to be from these, building up by, what is that, 6? You have to take into account the outer frame. 3, and then just you fill them in whatever way you want. Window of choice. There you go. Okay. Now, option 2. Make these sections by, you can do this anywhere on it you want. I'm going to do a section on this side that's double wide. And you can do that on this level too. A double wide section. So what I'll do here is I'll have a 3 wide window. And that way I could put in probably some sort of a shutter or something like this. If you remember the previous episode, we also had like a window hanging thing, grass, and basically a potted plant. And so the other sections you can just do that way, or I also saw in the original picture, some of the original pictures just had it like this. Each section was like that. You can do it whatever way you want. Place it with a different color. You know, I did this whole district here in cyan. That's really just 5 or 6 buildings, and I just copied pasted them around. I took 1 or 2 old builds and I just changed the coloration on it. Unfortunately, like I said before, the texture pack was wrong, so this is going to be changed back. So I know it looks bad right now, but that will be changed back to its original. So this is what I'm basically doing here. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to repeat this double wide section on the back. On the back side also, kind of keep it symmetrical. Okay, so second level is complete. Again, I probably did not mention this before, but you can put any type of wood color you want in there. You could also do rugs in here, divide your rooms up how you want them. I'm not going to do too much with the interiors anymore, well, for now. I may come back and do an interior series at some later point in time and decorate some of these builds, but I'm going to show you an example of the higher pitch roof here. So I just basically, went in here, put down my stair for the first 3, then it's the next 3, just went up, put a block, stair, block, stair, block, stair. On the top, put a block. You can do whatever you want here. You can have it hanging off. Do a little fancy thing like I did in some of these houses and things you've seen in my past builds, but I won't bother to show that right now. I think what I'll do, I'll add a few little doodads, kind of like a lamp, kind of like this, store sign, doors, things of this nature. Sharpen it up a little bit. I'll finish the roof. We'll come back and just talk about dormers for a little bit, and we'll just call it done. Nice, simple, easy, quick build. Easy to copy for people. Okay, I wanted to come back here a little bit and warn you not to complete the roof yet. Go in about 4 from the wall itself on either side, because I'm going to show you some dormers and things. Actually, I should probably go to sleep here. It's getting dark. Okay, so 2 up. Right there. It's like kind of like right on the that center post thing. In case you're wondering. I'm starting to build a frame here. This is an experimental one. It may not work good for you, may not like it, but I've shown you these types. They're fairly simple. You could do them. Space them around either perpendicular, well, like kind of parallel and perpendicular with each other, or just kind of scatter them and put them kind of random. I put them randomly on here, do the typical square kind of type like this, but I'm going to try to do something a little different with this one. See how it turns out. May not look good, may look great, who knows. Kind of make a little bit of a frame from it, and we'll just kind of go straight back right into it. Should work. We'll just basically extend this and extend the roof here. And this is what I mean by that. Basically, you're going to make a roof. I'll just show you one side here, so you're not confused by it. So here you could, if you can get it, there's a way you kind of make it so it's like that. If you just find that's too much of a pain in the butt, just put a full block in. Doesn't quite matter. It doesn't matter at all, really. Then just extend this over to the wall. Like so. Extend the rest of this over. And you don't want any holes to show through, so you just want to make sure you go all the way. Now, I'm only going to show you just this one little section here, because you just repeat this on the other side. Let's make a wall. And anything that's exposed to the outside like this, you're going to want to cover up with wall. Whoops. Actually, that you wouldn't want to. You're going to want on the floor in here, so do it with wood. And I think that is like that. Okay. So the front facade, keep it pretty simple. Put your windows in 3 high, like that. Another way you could do it is just 1, like that. However you wish to do it. I'm gonna do 3 for this one just to see how it looks. If I don't like it, I can always change it. And let's see here. We'll use a full block on the very top. And you just have everything, just basically extend all these things in, like I just showed you on all sides, and it should look like something like this at the end. It is finished, but there's one thing you can do if you want this to kind of meet up on the top here by going 1 up, is kind of do the high-pitched roof one on this one here. That kind of effect. So replace that one. It'll go up. And what we'll do here is just basically just going to go up 1, and that's how you'll fix the side if you want it like that. I think we'll do that for this. Okay, and so this is sort of the finished product here. You could add a whole heck of a lot to it if you really want to. I put fences here, but you could also do kind of what we did last time, where we could put the fence gates in up there. That's an option for you, or you can do what we did here, where you put upside down stairs as your supports, whatever one you want. Again, like I said, each of these sections could be customized however you want to do them. I'm just sort of doing this one kind of plain and generic, so you know that you kind of keep it simple for yourself and for easy building and whatnot. So yeah, without adding too much more here, a lot of you can do a whole heck of a lot here more if you want to kind of embellish it if you wish, like going in here and doing the upside down stairs here, and so you make things look a little thicker. And there's all sorts of things you could be doing, like I said, the flower plants and whatnot, the whatever you wish to do, things we've done before and whatnot. So I guess we'll end it here, folks, and next time I plan on doing a building that's basically not a house, because I'm sick of doing houses. Do too many houses. I'm open to suggestions, but keep in mind we've done about like 3 blacksmiths already. We've done a zillion towers, a lot of homes, and large buildings. I want to try and keep them small, simple builds, you know. So I'm open to listening to suggestions for future episodes always, but can't guarantee I'll do them, but I will keep them in mind. And so yeah, I guess that's about it, folks, and see you next time. Matt Evans out of here. Adios, folks.